partner, and I'm so happy that you're joining me today for our Friday Live. And we are talking about how to be authentic with yourself and others at the same time. Because in the way that we've been functioning on the planet up until now, it's like the fake it till you make it paradigm. And we've been trying to pretend in different places. And I know I did the same thing myself. I kept who I truly was safe and sound and separated. And I only brought that out for people that I could trust, that I knew that were going to honor me, that were going to respect me, that were going to lift me up. And the other people in the world that were not going to do that, I just didn't even tell them, didn't give them access to any of that part of who I am. So why do we want to do this? It's so that we can be authentic all the time. And I'll tell you, my life has changed drastically since I learned how to be more authentic all the time. Authentic within myself, authentic in my relationships, in my career, in conversations with other people who are different than me, in conversations with people who are similar to me, and in understanding how standing in my own truth gives me the opportunity to succeed in a way I never dreamed, to be happy in a way that I never understood before, and to be able to walk a path of ease and grace that allows me to work with the law of attraction in a way that is supportive for me and will help me and does consistently help me move further and further towards alignment with my own authenticity. So let's see what is happening. If you're here, please comment and let me know that you are here. So let's see. I want to check the chats. I'm using a brand new program this week, and I am not sure if it's functioning. So give me a thumbs up or something in the comments to let me know that that you're seeing everything. So also make sure that when you're watching, whether you're watching live or on the replay, do leave me a comment about your thoughts. Make sure that you give this a thumbs up or a like, and that you subscribe to this channel because I upload new content every Wednesday. All right, so everything, let's see, we have a hello. So is everything working good? You can see and hear all that good stuff. All right. So why do you want to listen to this information from me? Like, who am I, right? So what I do is I actually teach people every day how to live authentically in their life, in their career, in their finances, in all of those ways so that they can bring the fullness of who they are into their everyday experience so they're living their soul purpose. And here's an example of a testimonial from someone that I worked with. It's it says, I have worked with Tamala before and found her to give incredibly insightful, clear, and professional guidance. As I was approaching some changes in my life and wanted to remove any blocks and create clarity around the intentions I was creating, I felt drawn to join her 6-month manifesting training. Wow, what a gift to myself. Within the first weeks, I noticed a profound shift as I aligned to my true self. That's the important part. As I aligned to my true self and let my heartfelt desires come before my ego-based mind chatter. With Tamala's assistance, I was able to truly listen to my soul and let it guide my daily interactions in such a way that I stopped getting in my own way, because that's what we do, and I could create and live the life that I have otherwise always searched for with ease and grace. I made some changes and let the miracles start flowing. Knowing I have this power has created such security, peace, and contented harmony that I now allow myself to spend my time doing what I love with who I love, intention fulfilled. If you're even considering this program, do it. And this is signed SDE, and she lives in Vancouver. So I do have some authority in this. I do this for myself. I do this for my clients, and my clients see real valuable results for this. And so it's really super important. So let's see. Give us a like if you're watching live, and then comment replay if you're watching the replay. So now we're going to jump into what is authenticity. Authenticity is truly aligning with who you are at soul level, okay? Authenticity has nothing to do with our thoughts or our emotions or our physical body. Authenticity, the highest vibrational experience of authenticity, is to go to the highest part of our soul and bring that into our body, into our thoughts, and into our emotions. And we are not taught how to do this as children. I didn't teach my children how to do this because I didn't know this at the time. And it's really super important that we understand that we are a soul having a human experience. And so our authenticity then comes from our soul. And so what I do is I access on one-on-one clients is I access your 7th dimensional soul blueprint, and I can tell you which of the 8 types of soul purpose, general, and these are general headings, right? What is your authentic soul purpose? So it's going to be headings like divine love and healing, divine truth, divine self-expression, divine power, divine wisdom, things like that. And it comes from specific training that I've had, and also additional training that I've had with my guides and angels as we have fluffed out this program and made it bigger. But the authenticity is really about your soul purpose. And your soul purpose is not something you do, it's who you are. And so if your soul purpose is who you are, and you came here to fulfill your soul purpose, then you came here to fulfill who you are. So it's important for you to be authentic with who you are so that you can do your soul purpose, accomplish what you came here to accomplish, and leave this incarnation complete and satisfied and fulfilled. So our soul purpose is part of how we show up for ourselves and how we show up for other people. And our authenticity with that is where we can really get stuck. We can get confused. We can get out of alignment. We can get distortions. We can get blocks and restrictions because we have never understood this mechanism of our soul purpose and why we're here, right? There are people on the planet who think they're here to gather up all the money and all the wealth and all the resources, and that would make them happy. But that has nothing to do with them living their soul purpose. You can live your soul purpose and still be financially abundant, have yachts and penthouses and retreat centers and all of these wonderful things that are luxurious and abundant, but do it while living your soul purpose. Because if we are not living our soul purpose, what happens is we lose our authenticity, and then we begin to lose touch with who we truly are. And this is where we have people who are participating in mental and emotional and actionable incongruencies. And what does that mean? It means they're saying one thing and doing another. It means that they are talking about issues in a certain way, but then taking different actions around those issues. I'm going to give an example, and this may piss some people off, but it's okay. It's a legitimate example. People saying that they are pro-life, but they're also for the death penalty. Those things are completely incongruent. You can't be pro-life and pro-death penalty at the same time. It's not possible. And so the mindset for people that believe that incongruency is that chaos, that disconnectedness from their own soul purpose. Because here's the other thing. When you're authentic, you can't have incongruencies that do not upset you. Okay, what does that mean? It means as you begin to align more with your authenticity, things like that, those thoughts and actions that are not compatible, that are opposite of each other, they can't be in your experience anymore because they're very uncomfortable. You begin to go, ooh, that doesn't feel good. Okay, there's something wrong with this. I really need to investigate why this doesn't feel good for me anymore. And when we do that investigation, we do that in coaching, we do that in journaling, we do that in our safe spaces, we begin to understand, okay, I may be pro-life, but if I am pro-life, then I can't be for the death penalty. Oh my God, so what does that mean for me? What does that mean for the things that I believe in? What does that mean for things that I choose to vote for the policies and the politicians that I choose to make laws? Because now I have to decide what that means for me. And that's just one tiny, 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 tiny example of how authenticity is so, so, so important in our experience. Because remember, we are always attracting using the law of attraction. It works just like gravity. It's there all the time, whether we believe it or not. And so when we have these conflicting thoughts and actions, emotions, thoughts, any of these incongruencies, then what is going to be attracted into our life experience, in our relationships, in our career, in our finances, and so forth is going to be chaos. Because incongruencies are chaos. And they also create blocks and restrictions so that we cannot receive the things that we are wanting because we are so out of alignment. It's kind of like asking for something and saying, no, I don't want it. Asking for something and saying, no, I don't want it. It's, I believe in pro-life, but I'm willing, I think bad people need to die. I believe in pro-life, but I think bad people need to die. Well, then you're not pro-life. And so it becomes this thing where the universe is giving you incongruent things. You may have stuff showing up in your life that just doesn't make sense. It's like, why is this thing here? I asked for this, but I got this completely different thing that is not aligned with what I want. You likely have some kind of incongruency in your experience. So check on that. So I don't want to make this too long. So I want to check my agenda and see where we are. Okay. Now we want to move on to how other people see you. So if you are having these incongruencies, then other people are going to see those incongruencies in your experience. Other people are going to notice, wait a minute, she said one thing and is doing another. Wait a minute, that doesn't make any sense. She said no, but now she's feeling really upset at me. She told me I could go and do this thing that she didn't want to go, and she told me I could go and do it, and I went and did it, and now she's mad at me. That also is an incongruent. Words, right? She said, yeah, no, I don't want to go. Yes, you go. And then the feelings of being pissed off because they went. That also is incongruent. And so this kind of experience with other people helps us understand where we are in our alignment process with our soul and our soul purpose and how authentic we are really being. Because if we have friends or family or coworkers or bosses or clients or customers, and they're giving feedback to us that gives us the feeling that they're getting mixed messages from us, that they don't understand what we want, that we're causing them distress because we're not clear. Those are all indications that we are not aligned. There's some incongruency somewhere. And so you can also understand how others see you. It is going to be tainted by how they perceive in their own experience. So it's not just about that. But how other people see you is a huge indicator of your authenticity, because if you're getting feedback from them that is leading you to believe that there's some incongruencies, you can go in and find where those incongruencies are within you, within your thoughts, your emotions, your actions, your words, right? And if you go in there and you check in, you're like, no, all these feel really good. They feel really aligned with my soul purpose, with why I'm here. And then you say, okay, I don't want to be judgmental about this person. So is there something that I can do to become more authentic in their presence? And that's the most powerful question that you can ask, because you don't want to change their mind. You don't want to manipulate them. You don't want to be judgmental for them. You simply want to be more authentic. And so that may require you having some difficult conversations with them. It may require you say, yes, you know what? That was inconsistent. It was incongruent. I did tell you to go, and then I did get mad at you. And I understand that those things are not compatible, that they are incongruent. And really, what I was hoping would happen would be whatever. But I understand that also was manipulation. I was trying to manipulate you. And so moving forward, what's going to happen is, if I say, no, I don't want to go with you, then I'm going to give you the freedom to go and have a good time on your own. And once you do that, not only have you resolved that particular energetic entanglement, you've resolved that pattern, but you also have given that person a new perspective to say, okay, here's something different. And now the big thing is, when that time comes, you have to actually do what you said you were going to do. You have to be authentic with what you decided to do. And then say to the person, you know, we had this conversation and I told you, if I said no, I was going to let you go. And this is something that really doesn't appeal to me. So I'm going to say no, and I'm going to let you go. And I hope you have a wonderful time. And then you go and have a wonderful time doing whatever it is that you want to do. And that authenticity then allows you to become more congruent with yourself, because you're keeping your word that you gave when you told them that that's what you were going to do. Every time that we keep our word, we become more and more and more integrous. And the more integrous we are, the more authentic we can become. And the more the universe gives us assistance in being able to be more authentic and to be able to be more happy and joyful being who we truly are, because we're doing it with integrity. All right. So let me know if you have any comments. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments. And then also tell me in the comments if you think other people see you authentically, because we've all been through that places where it hasn't happened. So let me know where you are right now. So I'm going to take a drink real fast. Now we're going to talk about being true to who you really are takes clarity and that inner work. So, and this is what I help my clients with. We go into the heart space, we go into the soul space, we go in the seventh dimensional soul blueprint, we discover your soul purpose, and then you're able to walk that soul purpose into your experience. For example, I am divine truth and divine self expression, which means that I have to speak my truth and I have to be authentic. I have to allow other people to be authentic to who they are. And I also have to stand up for truth. So if you are one of my personal friends, you see on Facebook, you see on social medias, I am always calling out liars because it's my sole purpose is to stand up for what is a capital T divine truth. Okay. Truth is subjective, but it also is evidentiary. And so what does that mean? It means we have evidence of what is true and what's not true. And part of the way that our saboteurs show up for us is it tells us things are true when they're not, when there's no evidence that it's true. This is the worry monsters, right? This is the judgments. This is the criticisms. This is the bigotry and racism and all of the isms that are on the planet right now. Those are all sabotages, and they are sabotages that keep us separated from our divine truth, our personal truth, our societal truths, our planetary truths. And what happens is those sabotages then keep us from being integrous, keep us from being congruent with who we are, so it keeps us out of our own authenticity. So the number one thing that you have to do is you have to do your inner work around being authentic. And you have to hold yourself accountable to the highest standard that you can possibly achieve for your own authenticity. That means calling yourself out when you're not being truthful, when you're not saying what needs to be said, when you're not setting good boundaries, when your no doesn't actually mean no, or your yes doesn't actually mean a yes, or when you say something and do something else, or you say something and think something else. It is imperative that you create an integrous, congruent relationship within yourself so that then when you are around others, you can be that integrous being and they begin to trust you more, to believe you more, to understand you more clearly, so that they can also show up for you in an integrous way. And they can begin to be integrous within themselves. Authenticity breeds more authenticity. So, what's next? So, we've already talked about this, how to make all of those things match. And I teach this with my private clients. And what you have to do is called the empowerment principle. And you have to align your thoughts, your emotions, your words, and your actions to your divine soul purpose and the way that you're designed to create and manifest. And I teach those two things in courses. So the aligning your thoughts, aligning your emotions, aligning your actions, and aligning your words are all part of your empowerment posse. And that is a paid group that I have every month. It's a membership group. And we have classes and we have Q&As. And it's all about teaching you how to be integrous with who you are, with your thoughts, emotions, words, and deeds. And so if you're interested in that, I'll put the link is already in the description. So make sure that you check that out. It is a monthly membership and you can cancel anytime. So what is the next thing on our agenda? Okay. The problem with authenticity is that authenticity, if it's run by your saboteur, can become, instead of it being authentic to your soul, because your soul is running the authenticity. If you allow your saboteur or your ego to run that authenticity, then that's where it becomes a power struggle. That's where it becomes having to fight for everything instead of allowing yourself to be who you are. And so that's a really important thing to understand. And if you feel like you are in a place where you're having to fight or to struggle to be authentic, to stand up for yourself, to speak your truth, please send me an email. And you can send me an email at info@yourownsoul.com. Because I do have options. I have private one-on-one sessions where we can talk about this and help you really get on track so that you can begin to speak your truth, to stand up for yourself, to be integrous, and to be able to align with who you truly are and who you came here to be. So, what else were we going to talk about today? I've already talked about the empowerment posse. Again, this is the membership group. Right now, it's very reasonably priced because it's a limited group of people that are consciously choosing to empower themselves on purpose. So this link is in the description. Make sure you check that out. Join my email community if you are looking for, and hold on, I'm going to pull that up. If you are looking for help, support, information that I put out every week. I put at least 2 videos out every single week. So you can join your empowerment party on Facebook. That's my free group. You can download the Love Warrior Prayer, which was given to me by Archangel Michael in 2016 and 2017. And also make sure that you subscribe to this channel and click the notification button so that you get notifications when I upload new content every Wednesday. So I'm going to check and see if there are any questions. And I'm going to take a drink. All right, everything looks good. If you are watching the replay, please do leave any questions that you have because I can answer them on these lives on Fridays. So I'm doing these for the month of February to see if it's going to be supportive for you folks. And if it is, then I will continue to do them. If not, then we'll move on and do something different, and that's okay. So I hope this has been really helpful for you. Again, you are welcome to join my communities. I have the free group on Facebook, Your Empowerment Party. You can join my email list by downloading the Love Warrior Prayer, or you can join my really inexpensive membership, monthly membership group at Your Empowerment Posse. All of those links are below. And please know that it is so imperative that you be able to live your authentic soul purpose every single day, no matter what. It's not an option. It's what your soul came here to do. And if you leave this incarnation without doing what you came here to do, guess what happens? You have to come back and do it all again because it becomes a unfulfilled desire. And so that's why we continue to have these incarnations where we're having these patterns of things where the same stuff keeps happening over and over and over again. It keeps happening over and over and over again because we haven't made a different choice. We haven't done the work, taken the action, used our mental and emotional discipline to make it different in our lives. And so we have to keep circling back until we do that. And that's why the Your Empowerment Posse is so important, is because it is the easiest way to help you move through that process in a group setting. If you want one-on-one, I do have one-on-one coaching as well. That's very limited because it is one-on-one intensive coaching, and I only have about 13 of those a month. So if you want that, please email me and let me know. I'll put my email up again. It is info@yourownsoul.com. Remember to comment. I will look for you in my email box. You can send me comments or questions, and you can also um, offer suggestions for topics that you want to hear. You can offer suggestions for platforms that you would like to see me teach on. I am a teacher, it's primarily what I do. And part of my work is helping you get where you want to go, because fulfilling my soul purpose is helping you fulfill your soul purpose. Take care, beloveds. I love you very much. I'm grateful that you are here. Please leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts. Share this with anyone that you think could benefit. And I will see you next week.